Okay, we're going to work on a great little project here that I call Anatomy Scramble. So here's what we're going to do. We have a picture up on the desktop, and it's a picture of a hand. And what I want to do is I'm going to use the hand, and I'm going to be creative with just one picture. I'm going to take this hand, and I'm going to take the layer, and I'm going to duplicate the layer just like that. And so now I've got a second layer on the desktop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that layer and I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to go to edit and I'm going to say free transform, which you can also type in Command T. And now I can take and I'm going to hold the shift key so I don't distort it. And I'm going to scale it down. So, I have two layers so we see the other one in the background. Now look, if I make this small enough, I can make the wrist about the width of the finger. And then I can just put it right on at the very edge. And that's how simple that would be to attach, because the skin tones match, making it a really nice thing. So here we go. We'll pull, pull, pull. And let's see. I don't want to distort it. I keep holding that shift key as I make it bigger. Then I can kind of place it. And let's see. If I go about here, I think, let's see, can I hide those guides for a second? Yes, those guides are still there. I hit Command H so I can see this better. And now I want to go back to it, so I hit Command H so I could go in just a hair, Command H so I could still see. And that seems to be pretty darn good. The width, not there, a little higher. About here the color gets good. Let me come down some. I think that's good. Again, I'm going to continue to adjust it. And perfect, I think. I think that's going to be perfect. Okay, if I'm happy, I double click. Now I'm going to get an eraser, and I'm going to make sure I have an eraser that has a nice, soft, fuzzy edge, one of these blurry ones. So if you can control your hardness, bring it all the way down. And the size, a little bigger than that, just so you can reasonably blend. Now, we're not going to push into it. We're going to pull away from it like this. And my opacity set a little low. If it was set at 100, it would be looking like this, a little faster. And in this situation, it works. I got a little thin here by the edge of the finger. I don't like that. I'm going to reverse that. So I'm going to hit Command-Shift-Z and just bring some of it back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to use the eraser, but just a little bit lower in opacity. So here we go. Change the opacity. And now I'll just do it again, softer. Nice. I think I prefer that. This looks very nicely blended. I also like the way it comes off the page. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the same thing again. This time I'm going to take the original layer and I'm going to take it and I'm going to duplicate again, layer, duplicate the layer. And then this time I'm going to flip it around so it's more interesting. And let's see, we'll transform it. We'll flip it horizontal. And so now I have this one, and I want to put that one. I'll leave it on the layer it's at. But let me shut that off for now. Yeah, shut that off for now. Here, what I want to do is I want to select using my magic wand tool and select that all that black stuff. My tolerance, because it's black, is set at 5. So I get pretty much all the black, and I don't take too much of the flesh. And I just want to hit the delete button. And now you can see the other one pop up. And I can deselect. And I won't need to save that. I'm going to take this. Don't worry about the black stuff because it's going to hide in a few seconds. If you wanted to get cleaner, we could, but not for what we're doing right now. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to scale it down. I just hit Command-T on the keyboard, or you could always, go here and hit Free Transform, which is what I did. And I'm going to get the Shift key and I'm going to scale it down. And I'm going to bring it up. And I want to do the same kind of thing I did before, except this time I'm going to put it on a different finger. Now I probably want to turn on that layer. so I can see what's going on. But let me line this up so I can get the width. Oh, still rotated a bit. It's going to be interesting. It will come down about here maybe. About here, and let's scale it. Here we go. It's looking good. Scale it. Just keep holding that shift key so you don't distort it. Look at that. I think we're onto something. Great. And here it is. I've got a selection here. Deselect. Let me get my move tool and move it just a bit. Do I like it here? Higher. Side where I think it's going to integrate well enough. It's a little low, but remember, I have this to contend with. Right. And I want to take this one here, and I also have to get rid of all that stuff. So let me go on that layer. Let's get rid of that black stuff and hit delete. Good. Deselect, and now I can go back to the layer I was working on. And I want to have the hand. I want it to be behind because that idea of overlap is very interesting. It shows space, a good relationship. So here we go, and I think it makes it a more exciting picture. Still have to scale it. So again, I went to hit Command T, free transform, and am I there yet? Let's hide those guides. That might be it. That might be it. Alrighty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on that, saying I'm satisfied. Get an eraser, and remember my eraser's got a light soft edge, and here I'm going to just blend soft. Don't get too hard. That's it. It's done. That's complete. And that is my little freaky hand, the hand scramble, and it's that simple. Enjoy your blends. Find things that match.